Hey guys, Nuie here. Back with another build theory kind of build here. Now typically when I do these, I have played through with the character a little bit, and I've leveled a bit, and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do and where I want to go with the character. So I'm able to show you guys different items and stuff. But this actually is a bit different. Face breakers. My bad. Sorry about this, guys. Um, this build is going to be a little bit different because, basically, I understand what I want to do with the build, and I basically created this build, but, I just started leveling the character yesterday. I'm going to be leveling the character today. So, hopefully I'll be able to get in and show you guys more of what it's going to kind of look out, towards a later point. But, basically, this is what the build's kind of like. It's going to be a Facebreakers totem build. I'm going to be running it off of the Templar tree just because of, I just kind of, I preferred to be able to I wanted to be able to branch out and grab all the kind of like totem increased damages as well as all the endurance charges, and I really wanted to play around with the heirophant class, or heirophant, not sure which, correct pronunciation of that is, but, I really wanted to play around with that class, so I branched it off the Templar tree, and then, I'm just, basically trying to grab all the totems, increase damages, and then have the maximum amount of totems, and then have maximum endurance charges, as well as a couple extra power charges for me to be able to just get out some extra damage. Now, if you guys don't know, Facebreakers basically is this pair of mitts right here. They allow you to do tons of unarmed damage and some extra critical strike, but they also stop you from being able to use a weapon in your main hand. So, keeping that in mind, they are level 16, so that's why I hadn't really got to my character yet, because I need to level him up to be able to use this. But as you can see here, I can run both Ancestral War Chief and Ancestral Chief right there off of this. So that'll get those will be my two main damage abilities, and then I'll probably run like just another totem with a curses or that has curses or something like that. But basically, when I hop into the tree, to start out with the Ascendancy tree, I'm probably gonna go something along this, like grabbing Pursuit of Faith, just grabbing the extra totem placement speed and mana regeneration, and then grabbing the extra additional totems. This shouldn't be a big issue. The 8% less damage shouldn't be a big issue because of just Facebreakers unique, where I get so much increased damage. Now the amount the Facebreakers that I did buy in game yesterday cost me about 6 chaos, so it wasn't really too expensive, but it cost me about 6 chaos to be able to get them. I got a 720 roll, so that's pretty good. And then I just plus 20 quality it, and so that's where I'm at. But I got a nice 720 roll, so that's pretty good. So I'll be able to really take optimal usage of this build and see how high my damage can get. But I'm also going to grab mana regeneration, power charges, duration, and then grab the extra chance to gain a power charge, or chance to gain an endurance charge anytime I gain a power charge, or anytime my totem kills an enemy. And then I'm also grabbing just divine guidance just for the extra leech life, or the extra damage for going to my extra damage I take going to my mana instead of my health. And then just, you know, I debated between these two, but I just kind of settled on this. It's just more towards my playstyle. So when I got into the tree, because I don't have a weapon, all I really had to focus on was different melee damage, as well as health and different armor. But then I really thought about it, and because I'm not, it says I cannot use a melee weapon, but it doesn't say I can't use a shield. So I decided to get into shield this way. So I started taking all the extra amount to resist during shields, and just grab stuff like that. And then I grabbed extra health, some extra armor, just some extra power charges, and headed up here, grabbed this increased melee damage and this melee damage, and then headed this way and just grabbed these, this 50%, well, it's actually 58% increased totem damage over there. And then when I start heading down, I grabbed this extra totem damage. I skipped this one. I didn't want to grab the extra attack speed because I wanted to be able to grab this extra damage instead. So I grabbed the two. I did grab this jewel socket there. This build does include about 4 jewel sockets, so it's pretty well I'll be able to get even more totem damage or just melee damage off of just jewel sockets and stuff like that. So I'll grab a jewel socket there. I also grabbed a jewel socket up here, as well as the power charge here, or the energy or the endurance charge here, the extra power charge here. Heading down, I grabbed a whole bunch of melee damage. Just basic melee damage. So even if I'm unarmed, I'll still get the extra damage from this. Head down here, grab all my health, grab some life regen, grab some extra strength, grab some extra elemental resist, grab an extra power to charge, and an extra jewel socket there, and then grab the more totem banners down here. And then heading down, I just finished out it over in the duelist tree with some extra damage, grabbed a whole bunch of damage while I'm holding a shield, and grabbed the extra power charge, endurance charge of course, grabbed the extra jewel socket here just so I could branch down and reach down into the final shield defenses. So overall, it is a pretty spread out tree. If I zoom out, you guys can see that. It's pretty spread out, but I wanted to be able to, one, grab all my totem damage, two, grab as much melee damage that doesn't pertain to a particular weapon as I could, and three, grab as many sockets without affecting my path too bad, and still grab all my endurance charges and power charges. So I feel pretty happy with this build, and again, I'll be leveling it today, so I'll be able to see more of what it's going to be like, but I feel pretty strong about it. Hopping into my stats, I have 157% increased totem damage. I got some increased totem duration, 97% or 96% increased totem placement speed. Extra melee damage from that. Just some more totems I can have up, so I can have about 3 totems up at once without any issue. I got 57% all res just from the tree itself, and my totems also gain 58% all res. I also get 28 more all res when I'm holding a shield, so as I said, I'll be running just facebreakers and then my shields, so I'll always have that extra elemental resist, so that puts me, what, about 85%? 85% without including any elemental resist or all res from any of my gear yet. I'm already sitting over 85%, so that makes me feel pretty confident going forward. I did grab this extra elemental damage. I didn't really need it because my build's going to be more reliant on melee damage and stuff like that over elemental damage, but I did want to grab that 10% elemental damage is coming just from right here, and I wanted to grab the 10% or the 12% all res from this, so I made sure to grab it, even though it's not too particularly helpful to my build. Heading down, this is the main problem that I see when it comes to my build. I'm only giving 94% max life and 59% increased life, so I'm only getting about health and a half, so I guess I kind of wanted that to be a little bit more. I am getting some extra energy shield, so I'll probably be running armor and energy shield. I'm getting 130% increased armor, energy shield, stuff like that. But I figured because my totems will be more taking damage and doing all my damage, and I'll be kind of just I'll just be kind of there since I won't be able to do damage myself. I feel like it's not a huge deal, and it's more focused on my totem's damage in life than my damage in life, and I should be able to survive pretty well and just let my totems do all my damage for me, so I don't feel like I need it too bad. But just to compensate, I did grab the 170% increased defenses from equipped shield, plus I'm getting like six endurance charges, so I should have decent life regen, life and armor bonuses and stuff like that, so I shouldn't be too bad off, even though I might have a little bit lower health than I really want. I'm hoping to end up around like 3k, 4k health and about 2k energy shield, something like that, something like that numbers, hopefully. But I know it might not be fully possible, but I'm okay. I feel like the build should be able to do everything I need it to do. Now this 62% increased melee damage all is going to be on my extra unarmed damage, so I was close to about 800% increased, or actually it's close to about 1,000% increased melee damage, so my totem should hit very hard, and I'm pretty much going to be fully reliant on them hitting very hard, so I hope that works. But other than that, I just got a bunch of mana regenerate, some extra intelligence. I'm getting a ton of strength and a ton of intelligence from my tree, and also a little bit of dexterity, so I'll be able to run pretty much anything I need to. If I need to run any extra stats, I can always just throw in like a different necklace or something to add extra dexterity and add extra intelligence. And I'll probably be doing that. I'll probably, instead of just, since I'm getting so much strength from this tree, I probably will end up running just an intelligence dexterity necklace or something like that to make sure that I have enough to run whatever I want to run, meaning whatever auras I want to run and whatever cast on crit or anything like that. Any type of buffs I want to run, anything like that, I'll probably run. I can run off stuff like that, so I'll just make sure I have the extra dexterity and intelligence from that. But this is basically what my build's gonna be. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. This is again my Totem King build, so I'll catch you all later.
Heaven sent my residence, it's heaven, just visit.